All right, Tanner.
Yes, sir.
How are you, sir?
Good. Yourself?
Outstanding, outstanding. So first of all, I want to take the time to thank you for sitting down with me today.
Absolutely.
Super fired up. This is our introduction of you to the Team Alpha Charlie family. Start off by, how long have you been in real estate?
It's been 3 years, but I've been around real estate over 15 years.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Kind of help me understand, like, what did you do prior to like becoming a licensed agent?
My dad is actually an investor.
Okay.
So he's been doing that over 15 years. I think he just said 29 years. So
Wow.
yes, I've been around it and picked up the passion for it
Okay.
through him.
Awesome. So dad's a contractor and you're kind of handling some of his sales on the other side of things. I love it. Let's start off with, I always like to be as transparent with people on these videos as possible, right? So are you married?
Nope. I'm in a relationship.
Okay,
though,
in
but
a committed
6
relationship.
years, yep.
All right. Have kids?
I have 2 and then a bonus.
How old?
My oldest is 18, middle is 13, about to be 14, and then my youngest is 8.
What are some things you do outside of real estate? Not selling real estate, you're doing.
I'm coaching my son's flag football team, my daughter's cheerleading, comps, enjoying the Ravens, Caps, Orioles.
Oh, speaking my love languages now, right? Capitals didn't make the
absolutely.
playoffs this year.
Tough.
I was hanging out with a Flyers fan yesterday and he was chirping. I'm like, congratulations, you made the playoffs for the first time in 6 years, you know, right? I'm over here being like, we're not buying playoff tickets this year. We don't want to watch them lose in the first round, you know, silly stuff like that. Did you see the new uniforms that came out?
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about the all black.
I am too. I'm excited. I'm hoping this year is a much better year. So your son is how old?
13 going 14.
Okay, what position does he play in football?
Receiver.
Got good hands?
Yep.
Okay.
And quick. I don't know where he gets it from, but
Yeah,
it's quick.
yeah. I get it. I get it. We're built for comfort,
Yeah,
right? We're
absolutely.
not trying to do that life. All right, and your daughter's in cheerleading.
Yep.
How long has she been cheering for?
Going on 3 years now.
Very cool. Now, are you a full-time agent or part-time agent, or like where do you fall in that
I
equation?
am a part-time agent. I work at the Coast Guard
I
Yard.
guess that's not a fair way to say it. You're a full-time hustler working
Exactly.
part-time hours in
Yes,
real estate.
yes.
Okay.
I'm an electrician down at the Coast Guard Yard.
Okay.
We work on all kinds of cutters. Right now I'm working on 270. We're at the end of the project, so another ship will come in and we'll start that process.
That's super cool. How long have you been with the Coast Guard?
Going on 10 years.
Wow, that's awesome, man. All right, so like that kind of gives me an interesting question. What is the biggest challenge you face in kind of having like 2 full-time careers at the same time? Like time.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm trying to fulfill my duty at work and also give my clients the best product I can give them.
Yeah, no doubt. So time blocking becomes really important for you, right? So if you could, like within reason, give me like a layout of your day, if you will.
I get up 3:40ish in the morning.
Shut the door. 3:40 in the morning?
Yep, and then I get to work at 5. I work till about 3:30, 4:30, get off, and switch caps. I put my Realtor cap on.
Electrician hat off,
Yep.
realtor hat on.
Absolutely. And
Okay.
then on top of that, put my coaching cap on. So
Oh,
it's a
yeah.
juggling act, but
Yeah.
been pretty good at it.
That's awesome, man. I mean, I don't think people appreciate my first 2 years in real estate. I was full-time Navy and trying to do a real estate business. People don't understand. They're like, how'd you do it? I'd be like, well, I'd get off work at 2:30. I was working at the Navy Yard in DC and I would drive back. And on that hour drive back, I'm like hitting the phones, trying to set up the night. You know what I mean? So that's awesome. What's one thing that you would do differently rewinding 3 years? You know, so go back to day one in the game, right? How would you do things differently compared to what you're doing today?
I would have got my license sooner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably would have joined your team sooner.
Oh,
Yep.
I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
absolutely. Just love the energy you bring and all the coaching that you have available to us. You're always there for us
Right.
when we need you.
These jokers will call me, 8, 9 o'clock at night. I'm like, oh, here we go. What fire can we put out today?
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, it's just having that backing.
Yeah.
Because I was doing it myself and not knowing the ins and outs. It was like I just felt like I was just spinning my wheels, not getting anywhere.
Okay.
Now I have some structure. I'm starting to see things starting to pick up.
I like that. What has been your most rewarding experience that you've had since being a licensed agent? And that's kind of a on-the-spot question there.
It's going to be a guy that I work with at the yard.
Okay.
I helped him buy his home, him and his wife, and it was huge just to see their excitement and how happy they were,
Right.
and just to get them through the transaction smoothly, and they were just so elated and happy. I was
Yeah.
like, man,
That's like an unrivaled
yes,
feeling, right?
it is,
Like,
yes.
okay. What's one thing that you've learned about real estate that you didn't know before you were licensed?
Always get a release.
Always. Oh, okay. So is there a story that goes with this?
Yes.
All right. I want to hear it.
So I was very green. And
This is what, first 6 months being
Yes,
licensed or
yes,
something like that?
yes.
Okay.
We hit that deadline where the contract was about to expire.
Uh-huh.
It was on a Friday.
You were representing the buyer or the seller?
Seller.
Seller,
Yep.
okay.
And I contacted the buyer agent multiple times, text, call, to no avail. And
So let me rewind for a second. So you're representing the seller.
Yep.
You guys were under contract.
Yes.
Right? And that contract basically expired. They failed to close.
yes.
Okay, keep going.
So I told my investor, I said, hey, I never got our extension over. And I was like, well, how would you like to move forward? I'm not getting any feedback from him.
Right.
He was like, put it back on the market the next day.
Okay.
So what do? I put it back on the market and
Following the investor's
yeah,
lead.
Yep. And I had a showing that day, went under contract that day. So
Oh no.
I'm in.
Hold on. So we're double under contract here?
Yes. So next Sunday.
I'm glad you weren't on my team. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
So Sunday, I get a call from the original buyer agent.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on? I was like, I haven't heard from you.
Right.
Your contract expired. Oh no, and we were going back and forth, and whole lot of chatting up.
Yeah, I'm sure there was some more than just chatting,
Yes.
right?
And finally, they signed their release, and we moved forward with the second contract.
Okay, so that you did release the first
Yep.
one. Did you get better terms out of the second offer? Nice. All right, so like what hurdles could we have avoided, do you think, during that?
Contacting somebody that's been in the game a lot longer.
Okay.
Just say,
Reach out for help.
Yes, get some advice. Hey, this is my situation. How do I go about it?
Right.
I think I would have avoided all of that.
I was teaching the mentorship class last night and they're like, what's one piece of advice? I'm like, don't be scared to ask questions.
Yes.
Right? Like we're in such a society that like everybody's scared to look stupid. But like, I think you look a lot dumber when you just make it up and like fly a shoot off the hip,
Yep.
Like I ask questions all the time. I'm like, hey, I think I know this answer, right? But like, what about, and you learn stuff, right? And I think the minute we think we know everything, we've already lost.
Yes,
right?
100%.
So, okay, let's talk about, have you heard the term avatar before? Like your perfect avatar or like your perfect client? Who's Tanner's perfect client?
Somebody that is open with communication.
Okay.
Exactly what they want, what they're expecting. Very upfront, no beating around the bush, and just like you said, not afraid to ask questions.
Right.
So that I can guide them exactly where they need to go and where they want to go.
I like it. Prefer to work with buyers, sellers, don't have a preference?
I don't have a preference, but
Okay.
buyers is a lot more rewarding.
Yeah.
To see that
Different,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And you were born and raised in Maryland, right?
Yep.
Pasadena?
And I was in Glen Burnie most of my life.
Okay.
And I moved out to Pasadena.
All right. Your kids go to Chesapeake cluster schools, I think, right? Very cool. New construction or fixer upper?
Fixer upper.
Why?
You have your vision.
I
you
would
create
say
your
rapid
vision.
fire,
Yep,
right?
yep.
And then be like, wow.
Oh, yeah, you definitely, if you have a fixer upper, you can make it yours. And now
Okay.
instead of walking into what somebody else had envisioned.
Okay. Golf course house or waterfront?
Waterfront.
Waterfront.
Absolutely.
Okay. You like getting on the water?
Yep.
Open concept or kind of like more traditional?
Open.
Open. White or gray?
Gray.
Gray.
Yeah.
Okay.
White's a little clinical.
Okay. All right. Fair. Tile or hardwood floors?
Hardwood.
Updated bathroom or updated kitchen?
Updated kitchen.
Okay. Last thing, I'm a seller and I call you, I say, hey Tanner, I'm thinking about selling 123 Banana Street. Can you give me 3 things that will help me get my house sold?
Pricing.
Price?
Staging. Oh,
Professional.
professional pictures. Yeah.
There you go.
Absolutely.
All right, one last question. What's one thing not a lot of people know about you that you're willing to share publicly?
I'm just a big outdoors person. I like
Okay.
being outdoors, hunting, fishing, being on the water. I love being out on a boat. I'm a pretty simple guy.
Okay.
Work, kids, just enjoy outdoors.
I love it. All right, man. Well, hey, thanks for taking the time to sit down with me. I appreciate it. This is a great introduction to the Team Alpha Charlie family, and we wish you years of success.
Appreciate it.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.